Today is the last day of my yearly vacation from work. I am trying to relax and prepare myself for the stress of returning to work. I think it will be a couple of not so hectic first weeks after the vacation time, but I will see how it turns out. Today I am finally going through another nostalgic White Dwarf magazine that I managed to find second hand. This specific issue covers a lot of the Hobbit board game. I think, if I don't remember wrong, that this issue is from 2012. I managed to find it at a charity shop, and it's very, very nostalgic and in a great condition. The pages are so crisp white that it still feels like brand new. I really do hope you will enjoy this nostalgic video together with me. Thank you for watching, and let's get into it. There is still going on a heat wave here in Sweden. Thankfully it will get a little bit cloudy next week, and I can't wait until that. I really want to enjoy going through this White Dwarf magazine, but for my own sake it maybe won't be too long. It's covering The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, a strategy battle game. There's a candle in the corner. I was right, it's from December 2012. So this magazine is 14 years old. White Dwarf opening salvo. Just when I thought Citadel miniatures couldn't get any better, they did. In recent months we have seen what amounts to a belief-beguiling escalation in quality from the Citadel design team. Think of the sinister brilliance of the Heldrake, or the brutal yet elegant magnificence of Valkyrie. But now, with the advent of an astonishing array of miniatures for the new The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey strategy battle game, I find myself actually physically dazed from the sheer impact of yard-to-floor contact. As the editor of White Dwarf, I'm charged with relaying many marvels to you, the readers, every month, and this month's marvels simply have to be seen to be believed. Yes, become the editor. We have the contents for the White Dwarf of December 2012, cover story, new releases. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey strategy battle game is upon us. There are loads of wonderful new kits, as well as the glorious Escape from Goblin Town boxed game. We take a look here. Then we have full release listing, Army of the Month, Joris Jansson, Battle Report, Rivals, Blanchists, Citadel Hall of Fame, Parade Ground, Kit Badge, Battleground, Paint Splatter, Jeremy Event, Where to Buy and What's On, this month in December Hobbit calendar. New releases. Lock up your seed cake and skip your second breakfast. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey strategy battle game is here. This month sees the release of Escape from Goblin Town, a fantastic new boxed game, as well as enough gorgeous new miniatures to keep even the most treasure-hungry dwarf happy. Join us as we take a look at all the latest releases, from trolls to custom figure cases and beyond. And down, down to Goblin Town you go, my lad. O'er hill and under hill, the Hobbit. Escape from Goblin Town. As Thorin's company journey towards the lonely mountain, they are ambushed by foul goblins. Dragged deep into the murky depths of Goblin Town as prisoners, they must battle their way to freedom and overcome the deadly Goblin King. And it opens up in a wide spread. And I assume here's the Goblin King. Escape from Goblin Town, the dwarves. The most exciting things to be found in the Escape from Goblin Town boxed game are the members of Thorin's company. This phenomenal collection of miniatures includes all 13 dwarves and also Gandalf the Grey and Bilbo Baggins, the eponymous Hobbit. En, två, tre, fyra, fem, sex, sju, åtta. We have Thorin, Gandalf, Bilbo, Radagast, Phil, Ophelia, Gilly, Dwalin, Paul, Radagast, again, Gilly. It's some of the accessories or details of the characters they're going through. These are so cute. Wonderful dwarves. Of the 13 dwarves in the set, Thorin Oakenshield cuts the most dynamic, dashing figure, with either Orkist or the Oakenshield in hand. Another favorite among the set is Ori, who bears a superbly intricate slingshot as his weapon. We have the rest. Dori, the dwarf, Nori, the dwarf, Ori, the dwarf, Glóin, the dwarf, Olin, the dwarf, Beaver, the dwarf, Buffer, the dwarf, Booper, the dwarf. Escape from Goblin Town, the Goblins. The inhabitants of Goblin Town are among the foulest and most misbegotten creatures you can imagine. Each of them is shapen and mutated in different repulsive manner. There are 36 Goblin warriors, including in the boxed game, of 18 different designs, nothing less than a magnificent amount of variety. Also in the boxed game are 4 different characters: the tiny Goblin Captain, the Goblin King's Lieutenant Grina, the Scribe, and the Goblin King himself. So here, number 1, I assume he is the Goblin King. He's the biggest and foulest of them all. Rules Manual. Rules Manual is the doorway to a hobby of collecting, painting and gaming in Middle-earth. It is a lavish hardbound tome packed with 288 pages of rules, collecting advice and beautiful photographs of Citadel miniatures. This could be a very fun item to find for another ASMR video in the future. Trolls. When Thorin's company stumbles upon the campsite of the trolls, a chance encounter nearly ends the unexpected journey in its tracks. William, Bert, and Tom may be simple and slow-witted, but they are deadly fighters, and more than a match for a band of traveling dwarves and Bilbo Baggins. You know, my favorite fantasy creatures in games and board games and, movies, books are the goblins, ogres, and trolls, but they are always depicted as grimy and simple, but I do really enjoy them. Hunter orcs on fell orcs. The hunter orcs have been dispatched to capture or kill the dwarves of Thorin's company, a top orcs bred for their savagery. These implacable fighters will not rest until the dwarves are defeated. Hunter orcs. The vicious, battle-hardened fighters, whom from Azog selects bands of hunter, are experts at tracking the foe. Armed with a selection of swords, picks and bows, these hunter orcs are all skilled fighters and implacable killers. They will not rest until they have run their prey to ground. Fimble the Hunter. Fimble is an expert tracker and a fearsome leader of the hunter orcs. Atop his fell orc, he mercilessly rides down his foes wherever they hide. Fimble is a citadel finecast model that comes both with a model on foot and mounted on a fell warg. Fimble's warg is charging aggressively forward with fangs bared for the kill, while Fimble hangs on with a firmly grasped hunk of hair from its raised hackles. Narsug. The formidable Narsug is also a captain of the hunter orcs. He is an expert shot with his orc bow, and any prey attempting to flee risk an arrow to the back. Oh wow, the White Council. These figures are beautiful. I really do wish I could get a hold of these just to have. The White Council represent one of the greatest hopes of the free peoples, combining the wisdoms of the finest minds in Middle-earth with the martial skill of the elves. The White Council is Sauron's chief opponent in the Third Age. Bolg is a hulking orc, a deadly fighter, and a fierce leader. Such is Bolg's power that orcs and goblins warbands scatter across the misty mountains and beyond all obeisance. Goblin Captain. Among the fractious and cruel inhabitants of Goblin Town, there are those who rise to positions of power and responsibility through sheer cunning and malicious intent. These are the Goblin King's captains, the war leaders, who are entrusted to launch scavenging missions out of Goblin Town and into the world. Goblins. The goblins are the most repulsive, bitter and cruel creatures to be found in the Misty Mountains. Though violent by nature, goblins are little threat to a seasoned warrior one-on-one, but in numbers they are deadly. Goblin Town. Goblin Town is a vast and sprawling place deep beneath the Misty Mountains, where the evil and twisted goblins live. Spanning the dark caverns of Goblin Town are hundreds of rickety walkways built from anything the goblins can scavenge. And also this beautiful The Hobbit figure case. not a styrofoam, but it's a softer, squishier foam. And some paint sets from the Citadel. Paints. The Fellowship of the Ring. The iconic heroes of the Fellowship of the Ring have been released this month, enabling you to add these superb plastic characters to your collections. First up we have Gimli and Legolas. Then we have Aragorn, Gandalf and Boromir. And the 4 hobbits, Sam, Frodo, Merry and Pippin. And they look so small and tiny. And some news from Warhammer 40,000, Crusade of Fire. The 1,000-year warp storm isolating the Corvus subsection has subsided, and now the Imperium prepares to reclaim it from the forces of chaos. In this campaign book, you can join the battle to seize the prize for the Imperium, Chaos, or Xenox Alliance. Also released this month are new fortifications for your Warhammer 40,000 battlefield, initially part of the massive Imperial Defense Network set. These kits are now available separately, so you can increase the size of or start your own mighty bulwark. We have the Imperial Bunker, Imperial Defense Emplacement, Imperial Defense Line. Black Library. Have you read any of these novels or books? Do you recommend them? Forge World. Forge World makes highly detailed resin models, upgrade packs, large-scale kits and books for Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000. Here is a selection of their latest releases. Some digital products. Full release listing. Oh wow. So many of them. Most of them are the Hobbit. Some Lord of the Rings. Warhammer 40,000. With Christmas just around the corner, let us help you find the perfect gift. Here's from the Games Workshop website you can order. Or good, maybe. Army of the Month, Keith Robertson's Ogre Kingdoms Army. In Army of the Month, we showcase glorious armies of lovingly painted Citadel miniatures from the collections of Game Workshop staffs and from you, our readers. This month we look at the impressive collection of Keith Robertson, a longtime member of the Design Studios heavy metal team, and now a sculptor for Forge World. Here is Keith Robertson. Such a wonderfully big army, very well painted. It's so hard to have a steady grip when painting miniatures like this. It is very, very impressive. Well, I originally started collecting an Ogre Kingdoms army when they were the first release for Warhammer. What an impressive man. doing some painting. I really enjoy how he paints the skin tones and it doesn't look too cartoonish. Jarvis Jönsson, game designer and rules sage Jarvis Jönsson, talks about how important it is just to not play within the rules of a game, but also in the spirit of the game. Battle report. Flight to freedom. Too much excitement in the White Dwarf bunker. The Hobbit, an unexpected journey. Strategy Battle Game is released this month. In this issue, Battle reported Dan and Adam journey through the Misty Mountains to try out the new models and rules. Let's go down to Goblet Town. The flight of the dwarves. Set up our moves. This is a big battlefield. Mid-game. Endgame. What we learned post-battle. The Rivals. Andy Clark is an assistant games developer in the design studio and has earned himself a reputation as a canny orc warlord. It is his belief that knobs are superior to Wolfguard. Orc knobs can be kitted to win any fight. Wolfguard are the most powerful unit in 40 game. Simon Grant works alongside Andy and is another veteran Warhammer 40,000 gamer. His army of choice is Space Wolves, and he maintains that Wolfguard are the best and most flexible of all elite units. And then the debate and smackdown. Blanchett. To peer into the mind of young Blanche is to peer into the realm of chaos itself. For it's from this wellspring of creativity that our visions of Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 spill forth. The Hall of Fame. The Citadel Hall of Fame is a collection of the finest miniatures in the world, nominated by the people who know best, the artists, the figure painters, and the designers themselves. Parade ground. Necrom Doomsguide. The Flying Fortress. Orc Blitzer Bomber. Imperial Guard Valkyrie. Avenger Strike Fighter. Orc Junkyard. Readers Parade Ground. In this new addition to Parade Ground, we feature the best of the miniatures sent in by our readers. This month, 4 beautifully painted aircraft by Gareth Etherington. One of our regular contributors to the White Dwarf daily blog. It bashed villains and monsters. Samara Starfort. You could say that this month Battleground is out of this world. After all, it is set on an orbital space station. Dan caught up with Dave Andrews, our resident scenery guru, to find out how he comes up with such a unique and unusual battlefield. Must have been so fun, painting and setting up all of these miniatures to photograph them. Paint splatter. Thorin's company is made out of 15 different characters, all of whom have their own look and color scheme. To help you paint Thorin's company, we made a list of the basic colors for each miniature. It isn't a comprehensive list of paints, but it's certainly enough to get you started. Gandalf the Grey, Thorin Oakenshield, Bilbo Baggins, Radagast the Brown, Dwalin the Dwarf, Balin the Dwarf, Fili the Dwarf, Gilly the Dwarf, Owen the Dwarf, Gloin the Dwarf, Nori the Dwarf, Tori the Dwarf, Ori the Dwarf, Beaver the Dwarf, Boofer the Dwarf, and Pooper the Dwarf. Somehow to painting the goblins. Jeremy Vettok, caught in a heat wave with only a malfunctioning air conditioning unit for comfort, Jeremy Vettok waxes lyrical about being trapped indoors for long periods of time and enjoying every moment of it. I agree with this quote. Miserable weather is the perfect condition for quality hobby time. Small ad to follow them on Facebook and Twitter, which is now X. What's on the way to buy? Undertaking a new hobby is an exciting adventure of exploration and experimentation. Grab a gift card from your local hobby center and get started today. The different hobby places in the world. The UK has them all. Oh, if I do remember correctly, there were none in the first nostalgic reading I made of the White Dwarf. But there's one game workshop in Göteborg, which is Gothenburg, and Games Workshop Stockholm. Mäster Samuelsgatan 67, Drottninggatan 52. White Dwarf subscriptions. 2 ways to subscribe. This month in, there's always something exciting going around Games Workshop headquarters. Whether it's the latest developments in the studio, Black Library authors, or stopping by for interviews of Woodward's most recent creation, we take a peek behind the curtain. This month in the design studio, Helen Perry, Michael Perry and Ali Morrison tell us about the creation of a whole new range of Citadel miniatures for the Hobbit, an unexpected journey, and some of the challenges and fun they had along the way. Some shrine miniatures. The faces of for the different characters must be so hard to make. Such a small scale. Forge words with Horus Heresy. Parting shot. When death alone is certain, how can the living possibly hope to prevail? The 14th was the Hobbit release date of the movie. What an absolutely beautiful magazine. I do feel like I'm about to catch a heat stroke. I need